Welcome. Today we're going to be shooting with some of the different features my Insta360 camera has, like this tiny planet, as well as some nighttime shooting as well. One of the other benefits or features that shooting with my Insta360 camera comes with is I can shoot simultaneously my POV and backwards POV facing me, which I'm having a lot of fun with actually. I enjoy editing it and I enjoy adding it to the video, so I'll probably be using this one a lot more. I mean, just look at that. You can really see what I'm looking at. You can see the full picture. It's not shaky. It's really good image quality. I'm really loving this specific feature right here. And like I said, I'm probably going to be using this one a lot. Now, like I mentioned, I still have the GoPro. It's still going to be face mounted and it's still going to get those beautiful shots. I don't mind this at all either. It is a little bit more shakier, but that's because it's on my helmet and I really don't have much wind protection. But I'm not going to get rid of the GoPro anytime soon. I do love the image quality and the views, and I just figure why not use both? Now right here, I'm just going to be using the basic 360 settings. The camera, both lenses are shooting simultaneously. You can switch between 8K, 4K, and so forth. I believe I'm shooting in 4K. But you know, you go back into the editing process and that's where you reframe everything and start turning it in whatever direction. You just do all that in editing. What I'm loving about this is something that I didn't really think would happen, but I'm finding myself learning more about writing while I'm editing. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. I should have been in this corner and so forth. You also pay attention to other drivers a little bit more with this. I think later on in the footage, you're gonna see there's gonna be a white SUV that decides to switch lanes and almost takes me out. I believe it's the one in the front. There might be one coming up. I'm not sure. But it almost sideswipes me. She goes to turn, then put her signal, then look. Which right here, there it is right there. And it wasn't much, luckily it all happened pretty quick and I was paying attention. But, this type of video footage allows me to go back and look at everything and improve as a writer, really. And here we are back again with the POV split screen, which, like I said, I'm going to be using it a lot. It's probably my favorite one, that and the 360. I mean, they both take a while to edit either way. So. Now, one of the features that I was really excited about and kind of pushed me to get in this camera besides the 360 features, it's PureVideo mode that it has, where it lets you shoot in low light and nighttime, which is awesome when writing at night. And I really don't have much experience writing at night. This is my first time writing this late, just so I could test it out. Any excuse to ride, really. If you know, you know. So I decided to drive down to or up to Ocala. It's about 30-minute drive up, and check out some of the holiday lights in their historic downtown area. And I know they have a little Christmas tree right there. Just wanted to see how the image quality was. At this point, the GoPro, it wouldn't look this nice yet. It's just beginning. The sun just went down, or it's just beginning to set. And I'm loving it. I'm gonna keep it on this low light mode or PureVideo mode all the way home, which by the time we get there, you'll see it'll get really dark. You won't even notice it, really. Not as bad as if I'd be using the GoPro or even my cell phone. So here we are. We're about 15 minutes on the way back home now. We're in the Bellevue area, and it's just now starting to get dark. And you can't tell. And for anybody wondering, I do have my high vis nighttime visor down, and it also made a heck of a difference while riding at night. I mean, the camera really does such a good job capturing the colors of the sun in the sky right there. That's why I have the camera pointed this direction. Usually cameras don't catch all that color, you know. Like if you point your cell phone at the moon, it won't look the same as it does with our eyes. But this camera does a really good job, and it's really low light right now, you know. And I'm not exactly sure how it does it. I'm guessing some type of computer chip or whatever. But anyways, it really does capture the night sky pretty nice, or the sun setting. Another good reason for getting this camera. Now I have it in 360 lens, which both lenses are shooting. That way you go back into editing and you can just have it move around like you have, like, you know, like you see on every other video I've done already. But these options, like I could be shooting also just with one lens, just flat like a regular camera as well. It gives you the option to choose between 360 or one lens, flat lens. So that's also pretty cool. You can actually, you know, choose if you want to shoot a 360 or not. I mean, I have the GoPro for regular flat lens, so I'll be shooting mostly in 360 with the X5, that's for sure. And here we are towards the end of our ride. It's gotten a lot darker, and as you can see, I've switched over to the split screen POV mode. It's gotten really dark, so much so that this guy forgot to turn on his lights and the car behind him started flashing him. There it is. There's a few cars tonight that forgot to turn their lights on, but welcome to Florida and the snowbirds. So yeah, it's nighttime already, and the fact that you can see everything clearly right now is just so ridiculous. I mean, coming from the GoPro and now to this, it's just literally night and day. Just look at that sky in the background. Like I said, this is my first time riding this late or in low light or even nighttime situation. I'm not a person that gets too nervous while I'm doing something new. I overthink everything before. But once, like I said, once I'm on the bike, I really just enjoy myself. So I didn't feel any pressure or anything. And the internal visor, like I said, helped me out a lot. I have bad eyes and I'm 40 years old. I have a hard time driving at night with my stigmatism. So, just make sure you're prepared. If you've never ridden at night or you're starting to ride at night like I am, just prepare yourself and everything should be fine. As long as you remain confident and you're comfortable, you should be all right. And then towards the end of the ride, I kind of adopted this other rider and we were riding in a staggered formation. It just felt more safe, two lights instead of one, bigger presence and whatnot. And then he just comes up here and he's asking me for directions. Unfortunately, I'm just horrible with directions, so I couldn't give him an answer. But that's another thing about riding motorcycles. People will start talking to you. So get used to it. Get comfortable with it, and everything's been friendly. Now, I specifically took this route home because this little road that I'm about to cut into right now really has no lights, and coming in the Jeep, I mean, I gotta have my high beams on if there's no other cars around. It's really dark, so I wanted to see how the camera would do, or how I would do actually, since it's such a dark place. So here we go. Take a look at the POV facing me, how dark. You can't really see, the outline of me. That's all you can see. There goes some street lights, and there it goes. I'm actually pretty impressed with the stock headlight for my Indian. I thought it'd be worse. The high beam, I mean, I'll use it in a second. It's my first time using it, folks. It's not that great, but it did do a difference. Here we go. And that's the end of our ride. Thank you for joining me while I play around with my early Christmas toy. And with that, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday.